Welcome back inside the Powell Center. Matt Payton with you. The Lady Tigers and Bethel University getting set to tip off here in just a moment. We'll take a look at the starters for the two clubs as Corbin Harris on public address announces them here at the home of Campbellsville University's basketball programs. Let's take a look at Chris Nelson, starting 5 in his 18th season, assisted by Mark Vaughn, who I mentioned not on the trip, and we certainly congratulate his family and their I don't know if they've had the baby yet, but upcoming addition to their crew. Jennifer Nelson, the wife of Chris, and Reagan Blackburn on the sideline for the Bethel Wildcats. They'll send out starting 5. Well, I've waited too long. Let's go to the Lady Tigers here. Too slow into getting into that. We'll match along with our video coverage here. Bailey Pettigo in the starting 5 for the third-ranked Lady Tigers. 5'9", the graduate guard from Glasgow, Kentucky. Lauren Lee, 5'7", a junior guard from Liberty, Kentucky. Two-time Mid-South Conference Player of the Week award winner this season. It's Maddie Boyle, 5'6", the senior guard. She's Milledgeville's finest. Courtney Pritchett, 5'8", a graduate forward from Byrdstown, Tennessee. And rounding out the 5 for the Lady Tigers in maroon and gray here today, it's Caitlin Wilkes, Kit Kat, a 6'2", graduate forward from Stanford, Kentucky. Campbellsville University assisted by former Lady Tiger Miranda Denny and Brett Sowell. Ginger High Colvin in her 17th season. 461 wins on the coaches' win record there. 6 times the Conference Coach of the Year award winner for Bethel. We talked about the coaching staff. Anaya Patterson, 5'4", senior guard from Humboldt, Tennessee. Haley Cavanis, 5'5", sophomore guard from New Bern, Tennessee. Kylie Reynolds, 5'8", freshman guard from McKenzie, Tennessee. Madison Hart, 5'10", a sophomore forward from Yorkville, Tennessee. And Kyla Taylor, 5'7", a senior guard from Lexington, Tennessee. Right to left for the Lady Tigers if you're following along on radio. Left to right for Bethel. Hart wins the tip back to Patterson. And Bethel in the yellow, gold yellow uniforms with the purple lettering on the chest. Purple numerals. Bethel is the wording on the chest. They throw it away, looking down in the short corner. And Patterson's pass too far. And Campbellsville will get their first possession in the home grays. Campbellsville across the chest in maroon numerals, some white trim, and maroon piping for CU. Right wing, it's Boyle, early 3. Bang, Maddie Boyle. Keep shooting, young lady, all day long.
Well, it's one of those things, Matt, that when you get on a roll like that, the basket feels is about as big as the ocean, and she's feeling it right now.
I didn't think anything would really help Maddie in terms of her play, but getting here home at the Powell Center, that might be one thing that could make that basket look even better. Hart at the elbow needs some help. Campbellsville leading 3-0. Hart, a tremendous young player in her own right. Right wing Patterson catches. Campbellsville gives chase. She'll back away, now work down the end line. Needs some help. Kicks it. This is a 3 on the way from Reynolds. No good. Short rebound batted up into the air, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Campbellsville University, the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, good job there by Maddie. Just to put enough of body on the Bethel defender to get in there and disrupt it and knock it out of bounds for Campbellsville.
Nice crowd on hand here at the Powell, given the less than favorable conditions outside. Pettigo takes the short jumper. That is good. Boy, just off the elbow for BP. Yeah. I think she wanted to go to Wilkes. The defender sagged, and Bailey knew exactly what to do.
Well, it's so good to have her back. She's just such an asset on the court for this Lady Tiger team.
Hart has it knocked away, but Campbellsville can't retrieve it. Hart still working, runs into another defender there. She worked off of the Pritchett defense. There was another defender there to thwart the effort, but she goes inside to Kyla Taylor, and a bucket for Bethel there on the board now, 90 seconds in. Lee goes right side to Boyle. Cavanis with a little space there, Benji. Boyle raises up and shoots that. Pettigo going to work her way inside. Pritchett, she'll deck it. Now Pettigo again drives in, weaves her way through. Here's Lee, can't shoot it, bump, and we'll have a foul called here. And you can hear
absolutely
Ginger High Colvin talking to Courtney Pritchett, wanted her to shoot that ball out in the corner. I don't know if you were watching, Benji, but as soon as Courtney passed on the shot and
I saw the body
immediately
language.
Kind of threw her hand or her head back like, those are the ones she wants Swiss to let ride. Here's Boyle. She'll let them ride, not this time. Pritchett holds it. They want Wilkes. Can't get it to her. Lee back to Pritchett in the middle. 10 to shoot. Pettigo right wing. Dribbles in. Stops. Jumper from the opposite side of the lane. This time Bailey goes to the right side for 2 points. Hit one a moment ago from the left. Ball deflected, but taken in here by Taylor. Campbellsville leads 7-2. We've played a little over 2 minutes and 20 seconds here. A little running scoop shot for Cavanis is good. 7-4 the score. Pettigo works around Patterson. Skip pass, right side, Boyle, 3. That one is too strong. And the rebound taken in by Kyla Taylor. Here comes Patterson once again. Right side, Cavanis gets a little lane. Inside looking for Hart. Ball deflected from behind by Wilkes. Out of bounds it goes. And Bethel will remain on the offensive end as Aaliyah Lee, 6'1", senior forward from Metonka, Tennessee, going to check in.
It's a good job by Wilkes to sprint back down the court and get in there and disrupt that pass from Bethel.
Corner here is Cavanis. Entry, Hart going to spin, working against Pritchett. That's nice defense by Pritchett. And Hart comes up short on the shot attempt. The other way comes Campbellsville. Lee hesitates, accelerates, kicks. Now right wing, Pritchett holds. Left side they go. Pettigo works her way in. She's cut off and back to Pritchett. Less than 7 minutes to play in the quarter. Lee, left corner. Pettigo 3. That is no good. Rebound to Patterson. She'll work away from Lauren Lee and bring Bethel to the front court, trailing by 3 points. Out top is Hart. Right side, Patterson. They want Aaliyah Lee. They've got her. She spins, able to get between two Lady Tigers. Pettigo came there to help Benji, but right as she got there, Lee went with her move and able to split the defenders. Pettigo left side. Campbellsville leads by a point. Short corner. Boyle can't shoot it. Inside, Wilkes blocked by Aaliyah Lee. It almost looked like maybe Wilkes lost that on the way up.
I think she did just a little bit and got a little disrupted, but once again, good defense there by Bethel.
Lauren Lee to trigger it here. 6:22 to play in the first quarter. Pettigo works her way back out top. Lauren Lee throws her hands up like, what are we running here? Pritchett bluffs the pass and kicks. Boyle, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle, second Edward Jones 3 of the quarter.
Yeah, just good execution there. The Lady Tigers, just a little patience. And wide open 3 from Maddie.
Boyle gambled, didn't get there. Campbellsville able to recover, though, defensively now. Patterson skips it left side. Kylie Reynolds can't shoot. She'll deck it and drive in. Now Patterson right in front of the Lady Tiger bench. High arching 3. That is good for Anaya Patterson. Again, Bethel without their starting point guard, Kaylin Howard, and they are trying to figure some things out offensively. Pettigo into the corner. Campbellsville right now offensively. Get it to 15.
That's it.
Lee circles. Right side, Boyle. Now Pettigo. Inside, there's the entry to Wilkes. She's got a touch. Pettigo, extra pass out top. Boyle again, throw on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle with an early trifecta!
Let's go. You said you needed 10. We're 30% of the way there.
My, oh my, is she fun to watch at the moment.
It's so fun to watch, especially when the confidence is just there.
And she told one away. I thought Kylie Reynolds would draw the foul. However, Boyle assessed her first personal. 3 made Edward Jones. 3s for Maddie Boyle to begin this thing. 13-9, Campbellsville the lead. Wilkes checking out. Pettigo checks out for Campbellsville. They send a couple of their stellar bench players in. Elizabeth Bertram, 5'6", the junior guard from Glasgow, Kentucky, and Kayla Luby, 6'2", the graduate forward from B, Nebraska here. Shot no good. Rebound taken in by Bertram. She'll bring Campbellsville to the offensive end. Burt surveys. Pritchett back to Bertram left wing. Now the entry, she's got Luby. Shot up for Kayla Luby. That ought to be illegal, Benji. That was 3/4 of the way down and back out. Inside looking for Hart. Deflected by Boyle, taken in by Lee. Turnover on Bethel. Lee to the offensive end. Left side, Boyle can't shoot it as she's closed out on by Lauren Bryant. Right side, Pritchett works off the screen. Has Lee. Lee back to Bertram, wide open. The Southpaw's 3. That is strong. Rebound to Lauren Lee. Campbellsville with another chance. Right side, Pritchett, 3. That is short. Lee almost had another one, but Patterson able to grab it out of the sky before it got to Campbellsville's point guard. Patterson needs help. She had Hart far side, didn't see her. Patterson, right side. And here's a shot by Hart. No good. You see that? Whitney gave me a look. She almost threw that
right on your head.
Right on my noggin there. And I looked over at her, and she was just grinning from ear to ear. So the foul there was on who, Benji?
Pritchett.
Courtney Pritchett picks up her first. Second on Campbellsville as a team. Media stoppage here with 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Campbellsville leads 13-9 over Bethel University. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 13-9, Campbellsville University leading Bethel here in the Powell Center. Matt Payton and the Hall of Famer Benji Kelly with you as the Lady Tigers, with their first Mid-South Conference home game of the season. Wins on the road last week, Cumberland's and Cumberland University. Now 3 straight at home, Benji. And actually, if you look down the schedule, 5 of the next 6 at home for Campbellsville University. So this is the time for CU to put their foot down and hopefully maybe take a stranglehold on this league, even though it is early in league play, but you are already in mid-January.
Well, it's early, but any time that you can, kind of get ahead of the pack is huge. So Campbellsville with an opportunity to be able to do that here with all these home games. 2
teams in league are still undefeated as Madison Hart hits the first free throw. Again, a terrific young player for Coach Nelson. A couple times she's been the Conference Player of the Week and hits both free throws, 85% on the season. Whitney Hay in for Campbellsville. Hay, 6-foot redshirt sophomore forward from Eastview, Kentucky. Tyra Flowers also in, and that ball knocked away. Ball going to go off the leg here of Aaliyah Lee and out of bounds, so Campbellsville able to hold on to it. Flowers, 5'10", sophomore forward from Winchester, Kentucky. Lauren Lee, the only starter on the floor for Campbellsville at this stage. I mentioned Lauren Bryant earlier, 5'7" freshman guard from Waynesboro, Tennessee. Whitney Hay in the backcourt. Gets it over to Lauren Lee. Lee has Flowers. Hay out top. Works it hard behind the back. Creates a little room. Stops.
Nice.
Leaves it. That's Luby underneath. She gets the bucket. Whitney Hay the bounce.
That is beautiful two-man game basketball right there. What a move by Whitney Hay to Kayla Luby.
Campbellsville back of the defensive end here. They lead by 4 once again. I mentioned the 2 undefeated teams here, Campbellsville, and this ball's going to go off the leg of Cavanis, but I believe Lauren Lee touched it.
She touched it, but then she kicked it. Number 5 kicked it after Lauren touched it.
But wouldn't that reset it or no?
No.
Okay.
What's the last person to touch it? So it wasn't over and back. Right call.
Okay. So Campbellsville gets it back, but Freed Hardeman at Lindsey Wilson. That game going to tip off here shortly. And Campbellsville here, if those 2 teams win, it would set up as Whitney Hay finds herself in a bit of a pickle. Did she get a timeout, or she did?
I believe so.
30-second timeout. Well, that's nice timing, as I've been trying to get this in for a minute. But Lindsey Wilson and Freed Hardeman, should Freed win, should Campbellsville win, it would set up a meeting of unbeatens here on Saturday. And that, Benji, if you go back the last time those 2 teams played, would have been in Bowling Green last year in the conference tournament.
Freed Hardeman,
in the semifinals, Freed eliminated Campbellsville University, so the Lady Tigers probably waiting on that game, I would think, to some degree, and here today trying to take advantage, or at least make sure they don't stub their toe, I guess is a better way to say that, not take advantage. And while we've got a moment, we do want to send well wishes to Dave McCulley, Sports Information Director at Bethel University, and his wife, Miss Peggy. I know she's been dealing with some health issues, and we certainly appreciate Diamond Dave for all of his help when we head to McKenzie, and I hope he's able to follow along here today, and we hope all is well for the McCulley family as we get set to return to play here. 15-11 the score. Campbellsville leading by 4 points. Lauren Lee to trigger it in. She's got Hay, gets it right back. Inside, they've got Luby. She'll go to work against Aaliyah Lee. Follow-away shot. That is unguardable. I don't know what you do if you're Aaliyah Lee. Kayla Luby.
That's some good defense right there. You just got to tip your hat. That was a great move by Kayla Luby. Phenomenal move.
Just enough on that to get it up and through. It is quite the skill set that Luby really has, because sometimes you see those and you might think, well, that's a bad shot. She finishes them with regularity here, and Flowers just went down. They have rolled an ankle. She appears to be okay.
She's tough.
Whitney Hay able to come out of there with the rebound. Maybe Flowers may have just hit a knee as she went down. That may have been what happened there. Campbellsville leading by 6. Nice cut, and Hay took an extra step there as she caught it. I don't think she ever really got her feet underneath her. Bailey Pettigo will check back in. Lauren Lee exits.
Well, Campbellsville's off to a pretty good start, 58.3% from the field, Matt, compared to Bethel's 44.4%. Campbellsville 3 of 7 from downtown.
17-11. Ooh, that's close to a backcourt. Hart and Cavanis there, and this ball thrown past Hart. She has to backtrack to recover it. Down on the inline, Taylor looking, back out left side. 3 on the way for Bryant. That is strong, and Bailey Pettigo snatches the rebound. Campbellsville back the other way. Long pass to Hay. Goes up at Patterson. Shot won't stick, but Nia Patterson will be assessed personal foul here. That is her first, 2 on Bethel as a team. And Whitney Hay goes to the free throw line, 86.4% on the season is Whitney Hay. She was the 5th Region Player of the Year a few years back at Elizabethtown High School. Second player there for the Panthers to be in the 2,000-point club. I'm going to say, I think it is Aaron Bowley, is that the right name?
So.
That went to Notre Dame and then Oregon finished up. So Hay, I believe the second all-time leading scorer there. She gets a pair of free throws here. Driving in is Taylor. She kicks it out. Bryant going to be called for steps. So Campbellsville leads by 8, their largest lead of the day, Benji, and they'll get it back here.
Yeah, Campbellsville's playing pretty good defense. Bethel obviously has come prepared to attack that zone, but right now Campbellsville with an 8-point lead.
Out top, Pettigo motions Bertram through. She'll give it to her high school teammate Bertram, and now the entry, Luby, quick step. Luby's got 6, I believe, here early.
Yeah, it's just she's so good down low. Anytime that she gets there, she makes her decision quick.
Inside pass picked off. Tyra Flowers read it beautifully. Looked like Jordan Poyer there or something.
There you go.
Right wing, Hay.
We're going to need that Sunday.
Stops. Pettigo again. Hay out. This is Bertram. She'll stop. Now feeds again. Luby looking backdoor op. She wanted Flowers there, Benji. Somebody got a hand on that ball, knocked it away. Long pass from Cavanis. It was deflected by Bryant. Fortunately for Bethel, Taylor was there. She's in a trap now. And at the last moment, Whitney Hay will be nabbed for a foul. So that's going to be the first on Hay, 3 on Campbellsville. Boyle back in, and Maddie Nally makes her first appearance of the day, the 6'2 junior forward from Louisville, Kentucky. She had a nice game down in Lebanon at Cumberland University on Saturday, Benji. She has really been playing some good basketball, valuable minutes off the bench for CU. Patterson lost the handle there, and Boyle's going to have herself a steal. She tried to get it over to Nally, falling down. It was taken back by Patterson, I believe, or maybe Bryant. Now Reynolds has missed the 3, and the other way, Pettigo. She has her pass intercepted. Oh, man, I don't know how that wasn't a foul on somebody. That is Meredith Simmons, MJ Simmons, 5'10 freshman forward from Unionville, Tennessee. And what was the call down there?
Jump ball. Campbellsville retains possession.
I thought they could have got Tyra.
They could have got either one of them.
Yeah,
I mean, it, like you said, a lot of contact there, but ultimately they let it play through, and jump ball was called.
Pettigo has Nally, and now here is Maddie Boyle. Back to Pettigo. Me and everyone else in the Powell Center wants a Boyle 3.
Well, we might get it here.
As Boyle's hit 3 already with 31.4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Campbellsville with a 10-point advantage. Pettigo between the circles at midcourt. Left side Nally. They want Luby. Can't get it to her. Pettigo again. She'll dribble towards Boyle. Dribble handoff. Patterson picks her up. Now Flowers spins. 7 seconds. Feeds inside. Luby goes up. Shot too strong. Flowers with a monster rebound. Holy smokes. Pettigo. Nally. Another feed. Luby's fouled this time by Kyla Taylor. And with 9.3 on the clock here, Campbellsville will have a baseline out of bounds.
They got that on Simmons, I believe, on 20.
Did they get 20?
They got Simmons.
So they got maybe the help defender instead of the one playing back to the post. Boyle going to check out. What a rebound by Tyler Flowers.
That was authority.
Lee looking, nowhere to go, goes across the lane to Luby, who kind of tight ropes the sideline. Out to Nally. Here's Pettigo. 5 seconds. Bounces. Lee. Back. This ball deflected. Stolen. Bryant doesn't know how much time was left, however. Bryant did a nice job to steal it. I don't think she knew that the period was winding to a close there. She dribbled it across and probably had a shot. That's what Chris Nelson tells her. He said, shoot that. She probably had a shot in just a step or two inside the half-court line. Didn't get it up. And Campbellsville will head to the second quarter leading by 10. 21-11 your score. They lead Bethel. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Back inside the Powell Center, Matt Payton, Benji Kelly here courtside. The Lady Tigers leading by 10. They'll be on the defensive end here. For CU, you've got most of that starting unit out there. The only starter not on the floor here is Pedigo. Maddie Nally in her stead as Madison Hart, the scoop shot, left-handed lay-in. That is good.
That is a nice move by Madison Hart, sophomore from Gibson County High School.
Campbellsville on the offensive end. Boyle has Wilkes down inside. It's actually Pritchett, I'm sorry, that was looking for Wilkes, and it was deflected.
Yeah, I think Courtney just hesitated about a half second there. Caitlin was open early, and a lob pass there would probably been a better entry pass as opposed to the bounce pass.
Pritchett looking for some help now. She's picked up her dribble. Feeds Nally, 9 to shoot. She'll come across the lane to Lee. She'll drive in. Right-handed shot for Lauren Lee, no good. Ball batted around a couple of times. Nally going to go back up with it. That shot no good. Tapped out, taken here by Reynolds. Patterson, defended here by Boyle. Right wing Reynolds. And now wide open is Bryant. 3 on the way. That is good for Lauren Bryant. About 27, nearly 28% on the season from 3.
That's good ball movement there by Bethel. Found a open shooter in the corner. Campbellsville just a little hesitant there in that zone, that possession.
Boyle has Pritchett. And now out top Lee, left side. Nally over the top, wanted Wilkes too far. And a turnover on the Lady Tigers.
Well, you can tell right here, Matt, that this Bethel team is scouted us quite well. They're putting a lot of pressure down on the post, especially really disrupting Wilkes quite a bit. Now, Luby has been able to get a few shots off, but right now Caitlin's struggling.
Here is Patterson, shot knocked away, ball deflected, I should say. Out top, Hart, left side, Bryant again. She may have walked, and actually we do get a whistle there as Bryant just, I thought she shot a 3 over there earlier. She hops into that.
She hops into her shot and her putting the ball on the floor, and the officials caught that the last couple of times.
Out top, Pritchett. And now Boyle left side. Boyle bounces to Nally. Wilkes was setting the screen. Nally never really considered using it. And now with 10 seconds, Campbell's going to have to make something happen. Boyle inside has Wilkes. Back out. Boyle open. 3. No good. Rebound. Wilkes grabs it. Up and 1 for Kit Kat. Caitlin Wilkes will go to the line here.
Well, it's just great battle in there down low, a kick out, and then Caitlin was able to get herself in the right position to get a rebound off the missed 3 from Boyle. And as a result, a chance to go here to the free throw line.
So Wilkes at the line for Campbellsville. A 3-point trip, perhaps. The 81% free throw shooter cannot connect. So 23-16 will remain the score as Bethel comes to the offensive end. Reynolds, hometown product from right there in McKenzie. Now Patterson going to drive in. Floater with the right hand is good for Anaya Patterson. Boyle left side. Lee works her way in around one defender. That shot will creep over the rim, and she'll take a trip as well to the free throw line. The foul will go against Aaliyah Lee, and what control, what a finish by Lauren Lee.
What a crossover move that she had there. Unreal.
Free throw for Lee is good, so she does cash in on a 3-point trip. Madison Hart out to Cavanis, quickly inside Patterson. She actually spins just outside the 3-point arc. Campbellsville really pressuring defensively here. Reynolds out front again. It's Patterson. Lady Tigers with an 8-point advantage. Less than 7 minutes to play in the half. Patterson leaves it out. That's Reynolds. 3 on the way for Kylie Reynolds. Too strong. Rebound is tapped, and we're going to go back to the arrow as Pritchett and Cavanis lock horns there a bit.
Excuse me.
So Campbellsville will have the possession thanks to the arrow. Lady Tigers have their starting 5 out there. Pettigo rejoining the lineup a moment ago. Pettigo bounces to Wilkes. Wilkes spins. Look for Pritchett on the cut. That's not there. Now Lee will drive. Help defender cuts her off. Pritchett wants to go back to Wilkes. Back to Pritchett. Left side. 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound taken in by Reynolds. Reynolds comes to the offensive end. Right side, it's Hart. Dribbles through. Runs into Pritchett. We're going to have a foul here called on Courtney Pritchett. And the Lady Tiger graduate forward will pick up her second, Benji, so that may force her to sit a bit. Pritchett and Lee checking out now.
I had to look. Was she in the restricted circle there?
It would have been close.
Okay, because I noticed he pointed down.
Flowers and Bertram back in there. Patterson holds, and she'll take a 3 right there over the top of Boyle. Almost lulled Boyle to sleep there, and then
but she's done that a couple times here. A little quick trigger.
Bertram, dribble handoff to Boyle. Right at the Citizens Bank logo here at the Powell Center. 3 from Wilkes. Bang! Caitlin Wilkes with an Edward Jones 3.
A little step back 3 there.
All them step back threes. Laugh at Caitlin for it. There was a discussion in the offseason. That's another strong rip-through move for Aaliyah Lee. She did that earlier. This time she's fouled by Bailey Pettigo, but we laughed at Caitlin after last year, some of the accolades. She was Player of the Year in the league, first team Mid-South Conference, of course, NAI first teamer, and the NCCA Player of the Year. So what do you work on going into your final season? She said, Coach has got me working on step-back threes. So I said, okay. So now that's kind of become the
it's working.
Well, and Ginger's kind of like, you know better than that. We're not working on step-back threes, but Wilkes hits one there for Campbellsville. It's an 11-point Lady Tiger advantage with his kickball there that stopped play. Patterson holds. Patterson going to work down the inline, kicks it out. Cavanis, 3 on the way, no good. And the rebound taken in here by Pettigo. Campbellsville back to the opposite end of the floor. Flowers going to work inside. She was bumped. Little hip check perhaps on Kyla Taylor, and those are the moves, Benchy, that we are looking forward to seeing from Tyra Flowers over the next few years. Aggressive that time, goes right towards the rim and draws the foul.
She is one great, her and Hay together, transferring in this year. Looking forward to what the next 3 years have from that twosome there.
Out to Bertram, quick move inside and nowhere to go with it. She'll use Pettigo. Inside, middle of the lane is Wilkes. Bertram, rock and fire, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound to Aaliyah Lee. And here comes Bethel Lee. A point forward here, brings it up the court, and the pass is taken away. She wanted Cavanis. Pettigo back to the offensive end. Bertram, bump there, no call.
Wow.
And Lee grabs the rebound. I thought Taylor may have fouled Bertram there. Yeah. Cavanis out front, now left side Bryant. In the corner, Kyla Taylor puts her head down. She runs into Flowers, no call. Here's a 3.
Good block out by Flowers.
Reynolds, Bertram checking her nose, and I don't think it's for, can you say boogers on the radio?
Well, you just did.
There's Wilkes, another 3 on the way. That is strong. Climbs up, hits the shot clock, and that one no good. Yeah, Bertram's, she got whacked in the nose, I believe, as she's checking herself out. Media timeout, 4:11, and the clock's still running. Uh-oh. Clock's got it. He lost about 7 or 8 seconds. We'll see if they check it.
Should be about 4:16, I would think. Oh, they put it back up to 4:20.
So media timeout here, 29-18 the score. The Lady Tigers lead it. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 29-18, Campbellsville leads Bethel here in the Powell Center. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly with you for this Mid-South Conference home opener for the Lady Tigers. They started their Mid-South Conference slate on the road with a pair of wins. Bethel lost at Freed Hardeman on Saturday, trying to pick up a big road win here. And they'll come up empty on this trip as Patterson shot no good. That is Pettigo the other way. Pettigo, Flowers, Luby, Bertram, and Boyle. Boyle hit 3 threes in the first quarter. I'm not sure she's gotten one off. She may have shot one here in the second. And this pass, I think, intended for Boyle. It was closest to Sharon Wade. Wade, a big-time supporter of this Lady Tiger team over there on that far side. Bryant holds. And this ball knocked away into the backcourt. Bryant is going to try to keep it alive. Deflected again by Hay. Hay was trying to run down the ball, and Patterson
hip checked.
Well, I think Patterson just stopped. She assumed it was going to go out of play, and she kind of grimaced like she wasn't happy with Hay, but Hay was just trying to, it looked to me, like try to get to the basketball. Patterson back the other way, finds herself some space, and that pass deflected by Flowers. Nice job by Tyra Flowers. And here Pettigo steals one. She jumps the passing lane. Bryant's pass is stolen. Boyle hit Luby right in the midsection. We've gotten sloppy here.
Well, and I think our guards got to realize that our bigs sometimes in transition like that, they're not going to be able to catch the ball like a normal guard would. We've seen that a couple times.
Cavanis will check back in. Cavanis here, Benji, you remember last year she got hurt here at the Powell Center, and it ended her season. She did not play after that game here on January the 12th, so nice to see her back for Bethel. Missed shot, Campbellsville the rebound. Was that Pettigo again? Here, Hay finds Boyle long, shot blocked from behind, I believe, by Patterson. We get a whistle, however, and Maddie Boyle will go to the free throw line as actually they're going to call that foul on Simmons.
I've got 3 on Simmons.
Simmons not going to be long for this contest at this rate. Aaliyah Lee will check back in.
That earlier foul on Campbellsville was on Pettigo, so she's got 2.
Maddie Boyle at the stripe, having a nice day already. Boyle with 9 points. She can get into double figures right here and does, averaging 14.5 points a game. And how about the 2 Lincoln County products?
Yeah.
Benji averaging between the 2 of them just under 30 points a game.
Yeah, that dog will hunt right there.
Boyle misses the second one. It circles the drain and spins off. Hart has Cavanis. She gets around Luby, and Cavanis sends it over to Reynolds. That ball's deflected by Luby, picked up by Lee. Ahead again, this is Boyle. Right side goes up and gets 2 more. Does Maddie Boyle. She's got a dozen here in the basketball game.
Yeah, just great defense by this Lady Tiger team to a quick transition for an easy layup.
Lee she does create a turnover. She didn't get the steal, but she created that mess. Lee bounces across the lane left side to Whitney Hay and Campbellsville. All of a sudden, you blink, Benji, and this thing was pretty tight. Now it's a 16-point margin.
Yeah, this is, once again, Campbellsville doing it on the defensive end, getting turnovers, easy buckets on the other end.
Cavanis drives, and Flowers would have blocked that, but Cavanis rocked it way back there to get it up on the rim. No good. The other way, Lee. Foul, no call. Ball batted out on the miss. Luby catches, goes up. We get steps called. I'll say this. Maybe, maybe not. In the NBA, that's legal all day long. I'll tell you that much.
That was legal. She took 2-step. That was legal.
And a timeout taken here by Coach Chris Nelson. He'll try to rally his troops a bit, Benji. And one thing for Coach Nelson, you look down, several freshmen and sophomores playing, and this is a tall task against a Campbellsville team without your starting point guard. You can't have any more of a veteran club than Campbellsville University. You've got a few young ladies in their 6th season of college basketball, several in their 5th season. It just doesn't leave much margin for error for a team that today started 2 sophomores and a freshman, and then they brought a couple more freshmen in off the bench playing big minutes. It's a tall order.
It's a tall order, but what he's doing, think about the experience that these ladies are getting against a very well-executed team, a veteran team, and that's going to pay huge dividends for him probably here toward the end of this year, but also in the seasons to come. So one thing that I've been impressed with this Bethel team that I've I won't say I've not noticed it over recent years, but it's their aggressiveness on the defensive end. Much more aggressive than I think we're used to seeing.
Out top, Hart can't shoot it. Boyle closed in. She'll drive instead. She's going to draw the foul, and she'll take a trip to the free throw line. Lindsey Wilson and Freed Hardeman. It is a 34-33 game at halftime. Maybe they started that game earlier than I thought.
They did. They moved theirs up 90 minutes.
They moved it up again?
Well, no, from original.
So it was originally a 6:30 Eastern start, which would have been a 5 Eastern.
They may have moved it up.
They moved it up again.
Yeah.
I'm afraid if they're already at halftime. Could be wrong.
Yeah, because it's not even, it's 5:09 here.
Because it would have been 6:30 Eastern, which would have been 90 minutes, would have been 5 o'clock.
Right.
Then we moved ours up. So I thought we were going to start before them, 4:30 versus 5. Free throws, they're good for Hart. The foul was on
Tyra
Flowers picking up her first. And as Campbellsville gets it across the line with a few seconds to spare. Hay on the inline jumper on the way. That is short. And the rebound taken in by Lauren Bryant, one of those youngsters for Coach Nelson. Back the other way, Patterson into the corner. That is a new player into the game. Checking in was Laura Nichols, 5'9" freshman forward from Charlotte, Tennessee. And here inside, Aaliyah Lee frees herself up for 2 points.
See, that move right there was the same move that Kayla Luby did. Although it was an up and under, still the same principle. 2 feet were only used, 2 steps.
I saw a video here a few weeks ago where one of the Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think he dribbled at he caught the ball and took 2 dribbles from the free throw line on one end all the way to the other end, and it was legal. It's one of the reasons I can't really watch the
NBA.
The NBA. Here's a shooting their 2-shot foul that will go against Bethel. Aaliyah Lee on one end got the bucket. On the other end, it was Madison Hart committing a foul, and Lauren Lee connects on a pair of free throws. That is the first foul on Hart. Campbellsville leads 36-22. Largest lead was 16. Patterson on the right wing, 1:16 to play in the first half. Hart thought she was going to set that screen. Instead, now Patterson spins back, uses Bryant. Patterson going to hoist a contested 3 over Luby. No good. Rebound taken in by Lauren Lee. Here comes Campbellsville. Lauren Lee stops, bounces to Hay, and Boyle will come collect it. Boyle on the drive, inside, gets a little room, shot no good. Luby's putback was blocked by Aaliyah Lee, and ball will go out of play. Campbellsville will keep the possession with 47.5 seconds remaining in this first half. One thing for Bethel, they have struggled at times to score, averaging less than 70 points a basketball game. Here today, they have had a hard time coming by offense. Lob it in short to Hay. Out to Nally, inside Luby. She goes up, she gets the finish. Maddie Nally the find. If this were hockey, Whitney Hay'd get an assist also.
Yeah, that's right. Good entry pass there from Maddie Nally.
If this were hockey, we just open the doors of the PAL and let the team. Oh, that's going to be a delay of game on Kyla Taylor. So the bucket, was that, who hit that shot in there? Madison Hart? It was Hart.
So, yep.
Frigid temperatures here in Campbellsville, Kentucky. 38-24, Campbellsville by 14, and the Lady Tigers, Benji, appear to be content with taking the final shot of this period. A little 2-3 look defensively for Bethel. And Hay, as the defender gambles, 5 seconds, Hay inside. Luby going to go to work. Left hand off the window, won't go. Rebound by Nichols, and that will wind out the first half clock. Campbellsville University will head to the locker room leading by 14 points, 38-24. Your score. We'll step away, take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and look at the numbers. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Welcome back inside.
At least
the
he
power.
asked, right?
You know, Cam has not been here but a minute.
And he already knows.
Cam's got it right. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly, I got on Bailey Pettigo earlier. She went right through the camera shot. There's about maybe 3 foot or so of space between the table and the camera setup, and Bailey led the Lady Tigers right down through there earlier.
Barreled right on through
Caution to the wind, and Cam Vick, God bless him, he's been in town for a few months, and he had already figured it out. He stopped, threw on the brakes right there, Benji, to make sure he didn't get into the camera shot. But the Lady Tigers with a 14-point advantage here at halftime. And for Campbellsville University, it has been Maddie Boyle, really, Benji. She's done some of the heavy lifting. 45% overall shooting for Campbellsville University, 14 of 31, 4 of 12 from long range, 33%, 75% at the free throw line. But they've held down Bethel, just 36% shooting for the Wildcats as a team. They were 9 of 25. And from deep, just 2 of 11. They were 4 of 4 from the free throw line. But Campbellsville's Maddie Boyle, 3 made Edward Jones threes in 17 minutes of play. It was a fast start. And when you get somebody, I feel like, Benji, you get somebody that gets you out of the block that quickly, and you put up those big points. Those three-pointers are tough to battle. Threes are greater than twos. You know, that's the rub, right?
That's the rub.
And she gets you out fast, and you just kind of pin your hair back and go play at that point, and certainly makes life a little easier for you as a team.
You talk about a lot of times that the three-pointer is the great equalizer. Well, it's also the great extender as well, and that's what we've seen here as of late from Maddie Boyle. But one thing, I'm really impressed, especially there late in the second quarter. You saw that Campbellsville's defense, their zone, they're pressing a little three-quarter court, was able to turn Bethel over a little bit more quickly, and as a result, got some easy buckets, and that's where we were able to extend that lead up to about 14, 16 points, I believe, at the best. So Campbellsville is at its best when their defense is clicking, because the offense, they know what to do on the offensive end.
The Lady Tigers, as I mentioned, a dozen from Maddie Boyle there in the first half. Campbellsville got 8 off the bench from Kayla Luby. She continues to just be phenomenal. 8 points in 7 minutes of play, 3 rebounds for Luby. 5 points from Lauren Lee to go with 2 boards and 2 assists. 5 points for Caitlin Wilkes, who also knocked in an Edward Jones three-pointer, 2 rebounds for her. 4 points and 4 rebounds for Bailey Pettigo, 2 assists and 2 steals for BP. 4 points for Whitney Hay as well. Courtney Pritchett, scoreless in the first half, took just 2 shots. She does finish with 5 assists and a rebound. Also scoreless, Tyra Flowers, Maddie Nally, and Elizabeth Bertram. All of those young ladies chipping in the rebounding column. For Bethel in the first, led by Madison Hart, which is no surprise. She is Bethel's leading scorer on the season at 15.5 points per game. You can see why she's such a key component for Coach Chris Nelson. She can really do a little bit of everything. She's never out of control, always cool, calm, and collected, ready to make a move, ready to make a pass. She's a dynamic young player for Bethel.
Well, she is, and you can tell that the team feeds off her energy as well. She knows when there's the hot hand, and of course tonight it's her, but she's able to make some interior passes in the post, especially when there's a double team coming. So just a really good addition for Coach Nelson and his team. And I'll tell you what, this Bethel team, as I mentioned earlier, they're a little more aggressive and a little more physical than what I'm used to seeing his programs have, and that's caused a little bit of havoc there for Campbellsville. We kind of settled down there late in the second quarter and kind of got in a little more rhythm. So a good adjustment by the Lady Tiger team.
Hart, again, leading the way with 8 points for Bethel. 5 points from Anaya Patterson to go with 3 rebounds. 4 points from Aaliyah Lee, 4 rebounds for her. A couple of nice moves for Lee to tally her 4 points. 3 points from Lauren Bryant, coming off a 3-point field goal. 2 each for Haley Cavanis and Kyla Taylor in the first half of play. Campbellsville winning the battle on the glass, 18-14. The difference coming on the offensive end, 6 offensive rebounds for the Lady Tigers, just 2 for Bethel, and it's led to a few second chance points.
Yeah, a couple of second chance points, but once again, we talked about that Indiana Wesleyan game and how Campbellsville just basically got destroyed on the boards. It's been a point of emphasis for Coach Colvin and her team since then. First half, you got to tip your hat to Campbellsville. They kind of held serve on the defensive end, but those extra offensive rebounds allowed you to get 4 extra second chance points.
The Lady Tigers finished with 12 assists, 5 steals, and 8 turnovers in the first half. 6 assists, 4 steals, 10 turnovers on Bethel through 20 minutes. The enhanced scoring in the paint, 14 each way. Off turnovers, 13-2 in favor of Campbellsville. That's maybe the biggest number of the first half, especially considering that Bethel only turned it over 2 more times than Campbellsville. Second chance points 4-0, as we mentioned, and bench points 12-7 in favor of CU. No ties, no lead changes. The Lady Tigers have led the entire way. They started the scoring, I believe, with a Maddie Boyle 3, and they've yet to look back. Their largest advantage was 16 points. It is currently a 14-point margin. At the mid-game break, they lead it 38-24. We'll step away here. We'll take our extended break, come back on the other side of this extended timeout, and get you ready for second half action as the third-ranked Lady Tigers lead the Bethel Wildcats of the receiving votes column in the latest NAIA poll here at the Powell Center. 38-24. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Halftime at the Powell Center. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you as the Lady Tigers 20 minutes away from picking up win number 16 on the season. They would move to a perfect 3-0 in Mid-South Conference play. And before the game, we didn't really get to our series facts. Today is the 20th meeting all time between Campbellsville and Bethel. The Lady Tigers with a 16-3 advantage in the series overall. All of the 19 previous matchups on record have been coached by Ginger Highcollin and Chris Nelson, two of the longest tenured coaches, I would think, throughout the NAIA. 18 years for Nelson, 17th season for Ginger Highcollin. The first meeting back in 2007. The Lady Tigers won by 21 points. Campbellsville has won 11 of the last 12 in the series. And Benji, we both remember that 2015 NAIA quarterfinal matchup so well.
That was a big one.
Go back to some of the great teams that Coach Nelson has had. That one was a terrific one, but Campbellsville overcame a 19-point deficit with less than 16 minutes to play. They closed that ball game on a 39-11 run, and they would win by 9 to advance to their first NAIA Fab 4, ultimately falling in the national title game to Oklahoma City. But Madison Clements scored 18 points in the win for Campbellsville that day, and that was a fun one. We kind of had our tails tucked. We were pretty sad sitting there at about the 17-minute mark, and boy, what would occur over the next little bit was so fun to watch as Maddie Boyle swats one out of play here on a back tap opportunity from Cavanis.
That was Independence, Missouri, wasn't it?
We talked about hockey earlier. We were on a hockey court that
and
day.
It was
in
cold.
Independence, yes.
I remember the first time we were there, I remember thinking I had to wear an extra pair of socks.
After the first year, we went back. I think we all, I know I did. I would wear, even in Billings, I would wear 2 pairs of socks down on the court in Billings as we get a whistle here. And now I will say in Sioux City, I don't feel like it's bad.
Not. Well, they've got a different type of covering over the top of it, I think.
It does not feel as cold in Sioux City as it did in both Independence and Billings. Patterson just rolled her ankle as Lee closed out there.
Didn't give her room to come down?
Well, actually, she hit I think Lauren, maybe so, she hit the opposite leg than the one Patterson, I think whatever it was, threw Patterson's landing off. It looked like Lee hit her in the right leg, right hip, but it was the left ankle of Patterson maybe that got caught up a bit on the landing. Was it on Lauren Lee or Matt? I thought it was Maddie too.
Yeah,
they call him Lauren. So that's the first on Lauren Lee. First on Campbellsville in the period. That Patterson free throw, was that no good? That first one
First was no good.
Second one no good. She'll have one more.
Got to block out here.
So the best Patterson can do here is 1 of 3. And that one is good. 68% on the season. So Patterson gets 1 of the 3 opportunities. It's a 13-point ball game. Pedigo goes long for Lee. Patterson swats it out of bounds, but that's all she can do. So it'll stay with Campbellsville University here. A couple seconds to get it across, and you can see Coach there motioning for Lauren to catch this ball.
The urgency, yeah.
Lee looking inside, has Wilkes, catches, goes up off the window, won't stick. Ball being pinballed around in there. Finally, Kyla Taylor going to come up with it. Whips it across to Patterson, and she'll bring Bethel to the offensive end. Kylie Reynolds works with it. Now out top, Patterson. Inside, Taylor wide open. Mishandled the pass, however. Goes up with a shot, no good. So she was able to gather it in, but didn't handle it cleanly initially. It allowed Campbellsville to recover defensively, and they get a stop. Lee, inside bump out on the floor here by Kyla Taylor.
Had a good penetration there by Lauren Lee. The paint was kind of open because Caitlin Wilkes was the one that got the rebound and was kind of trailing, so there was a opening there in the lane for her to penetrate and draw the foul.
Boyle in the corner, quick release 3 on the way. That's going to be short. Rebound. Lee had it. She and Reynolds were locked up for the board. Lauren Lee, I tell you what, she's
mixing it up.
She's high-pointed a lot of balls here today.
Yeah.
It feels like 2 or 3 that she's got in there and nearly came away with. Lee looking, throws one out here to Maddie Boyle, and now Pettigo right side. Pritchett, Pettigo again in the middle. Attacks and kicks. Boyle bluffs the shot. Back to Pettigo. Inside, threading the needle. Caitlin Wilkes has the shot, and the send belongs to BP.
Yeah, that's a nice entry pass there by Bailey Pettigo.
Hart, some contact there with Boyle. Nearly lost the handle. Stays with it. Has it off the elbow, and now back out to Cavanis. Elbow on the opposite side is Lee. Into the corner, Reynolds. 3 on the way for Kylie Reynolds. That is good. Reynolds can shoot it. She's an impressive-looking freshman here. Ball ahead, and they're going to say Campbellsville threw it out of bounds. I thought it might have been deflected by Bethel. Maybe Lee too far looking for Pettigo.
Well, yeah, Lee picked up her dribble, and that's a cardinal sin, especially against a full-court press like that. Got to keep your dribble and try to dribble your way out of it.
Bethel looking for more points. Patterson's floater with the right hand, no good. Wilkes grabs it. Here comes Lee working against Cavanis. Some contact, throws one. You got to be kidding me.
We both said the exact same thing. Unreal.
Stop it, Lauren Lee.
Wow.
If you're Haley Cavanis, she did everything to put a saddle on Lauren Lee right there. She intended,
yep. She intended to foul her and not get an attempt up, and what does she do? She gets it up there, and it just goes in. It shows the strength, but also just the smarts to just do that. I wouldn't have done that. Well, I might have, but it wouldn't have hit the rim.
You would have threw it up there. You don't score over 2,000 points by not throwing them up there when you get a chance. My goodness.
That's just incredible.
Folks, and I know you Bethel fans listening, that's not too fun to watch when it's not your kid, but we've had the pleasure of watching Lauren Lee, her body control.
Charge.
And this is going to be a charge on Patterson, but Lee's strength and body control for her size is something we kind of marvel at, and that's about as impressive as it gets. Patterson's second. 3 on Bethel. That's one of those you'd like to be in the head of Chris Nelson for a split second. Oh my, Pettigo with the little lackadaisical pass attempt there that will go the other way for an easy 2 points for Patterson. But you'd like to be in Chris Nelson's head for just a split second when that shot goes through. You just kind of.
What else do I do?
I mean, there's nothing you can do. I say with Cavanis, she got her money's worth on that foul attempt. Boyle open in the corner, right side, 3 on the way. Bang, Maddie Boyle. So many times she sets up Wilkes. This time Wilkes kicks it out to the open shooter from long range, and Edward Jones pays out some more money as Boyle hits another triple.
Well, you got to credit Caitlin for realizing the double team was coming and Boyle was wide open.
Here's a 3 from Bryant. She banks that in. All right, Banks closed early today, Lauren Bryant.
Oh, they especially up here with the weather coming in.
Lee to Pettigo, 46-33, Campbellsville the advantage. Lee right side. Boyle will work at Aaliyah Lee. Leaves it off underneath, and she'll return the favor to Kit Kat. This time she gets the deuce and the dime to Maddie Boyle.
Yeah, just good basketball right there by the Lady Tiger team. How many times have we seen Boyle to Wilkes like that?
Campbellsville leads by 15. 6.5 minutes or so to play in the third quarter. Bryan out top. Reynolds again. She hit one a moment ago. This 3 in and out. Karam's off. Rebound to Pritchett. Here comes Pettigo. Sprinting ahead is Bailey. She'll get into the middle of the lane and stop now. Has Boyle right side. She's open again. 3 again. That one is long. Pettigo, the board, shovels it back to Boyle inside. And Boyle needed the bounce pass right there as Reynolds got a piece of it and tapped it away. Patterson's open. She'll take an uncontested 3. Long rebound. Comes out to Boyle, who was sprinting back down the floor. Boyle at the elbow. Jumper on the way. Too strong. Rebound to Lee. Lee going to go right back up with it. Through the contact, and again, she'll take a trip. Frequent flyer miles today for Lauren Lee with all these trips to the nail. This one against Madison Hart.
Just a good, once again, good heads-up play there by Lauren Lee. I thought she was going to make the bounce pass over to, was it Pritchett on the other side, but she took it herself, and as a result, got a chance to extend this up to 18 points.
So Pettigo will check out. Elizabeth Bertram back in. Campbellsville's largest lead of the day here is 17 points. And that free throw is good for Lauren Lee. I think she's cashed in on all 3 of her and 1 opportunities. So Maddie Boyle, she'll stand out here from deep and hit them. Lauren Lee will just work her way in, finish through contact, and get the 3 the old-fashioned way. Here's a shot, little floater, no good. Rebound to Lee. She'll quickly use Pritchett, and now Campbellsville gets it back to their point guard. And the valedictorian Lee makes a good decision left side. That shot blocked, however. Kylie Reynolds with a nice closeout. Got a hand on that Boyle offering. And Boyle will come across and reach in and foul Madison Hart here. That's going to be 2 on Maddie Boyle, 2 on the Lady Tigers. Wilkes checking out for Kayla Luby. Whitney Hay will re-enter for Campbellsville. Tyra Flowers sprints in as well. Boyle and Pritchett checking out here. So I believe Lee will be the only member of the starting group out there here. And I believe I was told Kayla Luby's grandparents were going to be in attendance here this weekend. I believe they made the trip in as Anaya Patterson had that back tap. And I don't think anybody in stripes saw it, Benji. I agree with Coach Nelson here.
I didn't see it. I was straight lined.
I'm just going off the trajectory of the ball and where it ended up. That's a weird place for Patterson to throw it. Lee going to work left side, hands it to Hay. And now the entry here to Luby. I believe I see Luby's grandparents across the way here. So they made the trip in from Nebraska. Lee out, left side, Flowers. Now they've got Hay open inside. That ball deflected ever so slightly by Bryant and knocked out of play. And the clock never stopped there. I don't know. Coach Estes is down there, and he does a good job. I think that thing may be sticking on him today.
Well,
it's froze.
He's doing the main clock.
Okay.
I think it's.
They're going to put 5 on the shot clock here.
I don't know who it is down there. Can't see. Maybe Brandon.
Lee looking, still looking. Finally going to use Flowers. Flowers, 4 seconds. So crossover shot on the way. Too strong. Rebound Whitney Hay for Campbellsville. Lady Tigers looking for points. Lee again, 3. That one no good. Rebound in the middle and some traffic is Hart, and she's bumped and fouled.
So Whitney.
Yeah, it will be on Whitney Hay. That's the second on the transfer from Northern Kentucky and Belmont. This will bring us to a stoppage here. Immediate timeout. 4:32 to play in the third quarter. Campbellsville University leads it by 18 points over Bethel. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 51-33 the score. Campbellsville University leading Bethel. 4:32 to play in the third quarter. There's a good look at Coach Chris Nelson and his group down on the opposite end of the floor. And he and Ginger High-Colvin are great friends. It's funny, in my chair I get to hear some of the stories and things that they talk about, and she'll share stuff with me. I get to catch up with Coach Nelson before the game. I asked him about, we talked about Mark Vaughn, who's going to take over at Cumberland University. What a weird situation. And he said, I don't even notice it. He said, Coach
he's all in.
is so locked in for us.
That's good.
He said, I think with the upcoming birth child for Coach Vaughn, that he has been breaking down some practice stuff for the Wildcats and things. So really good to see here is inside a bucket for MJ Simmons. So next year, Vaughn currently on staff with Bethel. He's basically the coach ready to take over at Cumberland University. It is an interesting, the coach in waiting, but not really there waiting. He's waiting in McKenzie as Campbellsville to work here on the offensive end. Across the lane, Bertram looking for Luby. Luby gets the point. She goes to the ground, and she'll scramble back up the other way. And now Patterson goes down, and the ball knocked away from Lee by Simmons. Looking for Patterson. Luby picks it up. An exciting trip down the floor for the number 23 horse there. She'll sprint back the other way. Luby's the trailer. Find her for another of those threes. She hit one earlier this season here at the PAL. Flowers dumps it down inside. Luby back out Lee. 10 to shoot here. Bertram wanted Flowers, now has her. Flowers going to try to get around Patterson.
There we go.
Through contact, easy finish for Tyra Flowers.
There we go. Great strong move by Tyra.
Well, it was a nice job. Patterson tried to set up to take that charge initially, but Flowers did a good job to avoid some of the contact. She got around Patterson instead. Now into the corner. This is a wide open three That shot for Bryant, no good. Reynolds had the rebound. She's battling with a few Lady Tigers. Finally gets it out of there. Bryant again from straight away this time, and that one is good for Lauren Bryant. She's had a nice afternoon for Bethel here.
Yeah, Bethel, third or fourth three-pointer here this second half.
Campbellsville on the offensive end. They lead it by 17. That 20-point lead a moment ago was their largest of the day. Hay in the middle, looking for Luby. Some traffic, gets it to her. Shot won't stick for Kayla Luby. Madison Hart snares the rebound. And then back to the other end come the Bethel Wildcats. Patterson looking for help, sends it back out to Hart. They want Simmons in the middle, working against Flowers. Now out to Bryant. Sidestep dribble, long two, no good. Rebound to Lauren Lee. Lee will sprint ahead. Lee across the lane, right side at Reynolds. Shot is blocked and swatted out of bounds by Kylie Reynolds. Nice defense, but she's going to be assessed the personal foul. Been impressed with Reynolds here, Benji. She's had a nice ball game as well.
She has. Once again, out of the halftime break, I talked to Coach Colvin, and I tell you, you can see you see glimpses of this Bethel team and how good they really are, and it's unfortunate they lost their point guard, as you said, because you could just tell this is a well-disciplined ball club that is really, really good.
First free throw for Lee is good. She's got a baker's dozen now, and that one good as well. Actually, that gives her a baker's dozen. 13, 5 rebounds for Lee to go with a pair of assists. Lee's hit 3 field goals today, and on all 3, she's went to the charity stripe and hit a free throw on the back end. This ball left side, that is Nichols. And back out top. Patterson catches, gets around Nally. Looking over the top for Aaliyah Lee, falling out of bounds. She just has to try to save it in play. Bertram picks it up for CU. Long to Nally in the middle. Hay gets around one defender across the lane. She feeds Flowers. Some contact. Lee tries to throw it in off Flowers. She catches. Hay in the middle, in traffic, won't get the finish, but she will go to the charity stripe here as the contact, well, I missed the signal. 14 Lee, that's Aaliyah Lee. Second on her. Campbellsville in the bonus here as Cavanis will re-enter.
Whitney Hay back to the free throw line. She's already been there a couple times this evening. 4 points already. First free throw for Hay is good. She's got 5 in the ball game now. She'll take one more toss. That one good as well. 59-38, 21 points. I believe the largest margin of the day here. Campbellsville the advantage. Inside Lee. This is at the elbow. Flowers goes down. Lee may have stepped on a winkle picker of Flowers. Tyra spilled to the ground. She missed the shot. Back the other way. Hay needs help now. Left side, Bertram wanted Luby, not there. Hay catches in the middle. Back out to Bertram. Inside, she has Flowers. Jumps across the lane. Luby off the window. No good. Nally couldn't grab it. It's all right. Great pass there.
And here, Aaliyah Lee dribbling in no man's land. Oh, baby. I did not expect that from Lindsey Wilson. They have a 16-point advantage over Freed Hardeman.
I was looking at that earlier.
Now, if you tell me Lindsey's winning, I don't bat an eye, but to be up by 16, that's an impressive performance by Coach John Wethington and company.
Yeah, 7 minutes to go there, up 16.
59-38. Hay back out to Bertram. Bertram going to catch. She'll dribble in. Middle of the lane floater. Shot around the iron. No good. Luby there. She can't get the stick back. Hay and Patterson battle for it. Hay wins the battle. Across the lane. Inside. Nally gets the finish. Whitney Hay with a gnarly little foul.
That's great court awareness right there by Whitney Hay. You saw a cutting Maddie Nally.
Bertram back tapped it, but it went right to Bryant. Now Taylor catches out front, gets around Nally, but she's bumped by Bertram. This will stop the clock, and it's going to send Kyla Taylor to the free throw line. That's the first on Bert. 5 on Campbellsville's club. Madison Hart back in. Here's a look at that Whitney Hay dish. Down inside there to Nally, and that's good camera work by Vaughn Cecil down there. Taylor at the stripe here. First free throw, too strong for Kyla Taylor. 82% on the season I have Taylor listed at. One thing about that Lindsey Freed game, I don't see live stats posted on the NAIA site. Second free throw for Taylor is good. And MJ Simmons will re-enter for Coach Nelson and company. Campbellsville back to work here, leading by 22. Hay works through right side. She's going to take it herself. Shot too strong. Rebound, tied up. Burt and Bryant lock horns. And the arrow going to go to Bethel here with 7 seconds left. Hart, left side of the lane, throws one up, no good. Hay couldn't grab the rebound. Luby does, and Campbellsville just going to hold on to it. Hay's dying for a heave. She's going to get one, but it's after the buzzer here as Campbellsville will head to the fourth quarter. They lead at 61-39 over Bethel. We'll step away for a short break. Come right back for fourth quarter action. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 61-39 your score. Headed to the fourth quarter, we are at the Powell Athletic Center. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly with you for this Mid-South Conference doubleheader. Campbellsville with the 22-point advantage. There's a shot of the president, Dr. Joseph Hopkins. I saw him yesterday or the day before, and he had the beard going on.
Yeah,
2 days ago.
It's still going on.
It looked like the goatee. Did he get rid of
maybe he maybe shaved the beard, but yeah,
slowly works its way back down to starting over.
Yeah, exactly.
Campbellsville sends their starting group back out on the floor. Nice crowd on hand for this one here. I was worried with the weather coming in.
Well, you would expect the students to be here because they've got really nowhere to go, but a really good crowd on both sides.
Boyle out front, defended by Patterson. Now Lee, they wanted Wilkes. Not going to be able to get it to her just yet.
Go ahead and shoot
Pritchett
that, Courtney.
Back across the lane, opposite side. Now Pettigo works short corner. Pettigo down the inline, kicks it out. Boyle's wide open, throw on the way. Bang, Maddie Boyle, and she points at the Lady Tiger bench.
Well, I would too. I mean, she's feeling it right now, Matt.
18 in the ball game for Boyle. 5 made Edward Jones threes. Three-pointer here by Nichols, no good. Boyle the rebound. Here comes Pritchett. Fine 15 again. Pritchett to Pettigo. Lee to Pritchett. And here's Boyle. And that's something that you could speak to, Benji. When you know a teammate's in a rhythm like Boyle, how difficult is it to take a shot? You feel like you want to get them a touch.
Well, you do. And then when the defense starts keying on, that is opens everybody else up.
Here, trying to beat the buzzer. The shot clock was winding down. Was Wilkes. It hit the bottom side of the backboard, and Hart got away with a high dribble there. Hart drives in now, and she's going to be bumped and fouled as Campbellsville will send Madison Hart to the free throw line. Hart, Bethel's leading scorer here today. Actually, she is not. Bryant has passed her. Did Hart have 8 at halftime? She did, so she's not scored in the second half. This free throw here will get her on the board. The foul a moment ago on Campbellsville University was assessed to Courtney Pritchett, her third. First in the period on CU. Free throw here is good for Hart. Campbellsville working against a little pressure. Boyle, Lee, and Pettigo will get it across with a couple of seconds to spare. Boyle again, left side, 3 on the way, in and out. Lee, the rebound, stick back, good for Lauren Lee in traffic.
Lauren Lee up in there amongst the tall timber.
Does she want to be a post?
I don't know.
Because she has had a whale of a day down inside.
She's had several points there in the paint.
Campbellsville.
Oh, that's a charge.
On the defensive side, they come up with a stop. Lee comes out of there with it as Pritchett spilled to the ground. Lee goes right at Reynolds. Shot good for Lauren Lee. And back-to-back buckets here for the junior point guard. Patterson works right side. And this is Reynolds, three up the left wing. No good. Rebound to Pettigo. Campbellsville again wants to run. 68-41 the score. Boyle won't shoot it. Finds Lee in the middle. She'll drive left side of the lane. Kicks it across the paint. That's Wilkes. She's got the finish. And Lauren Lee the find.
And what about this run right here real quick here to start this fourth quarter? 3 or 4 easy, quick buckets for this Lady Tiger team down low.
Here a foul will go against Maddie Boyle. 3 on Boyle, 2 on Campbellsville as a team. Sarah Sutton going to check in. 5'10" senior forward from Scottsville, Kentucky, making her first appearance of the day. She had a couple points down at Cumberland, Tennessee. They missed those, though, on the stat sheet. Kayla Gilmore going to check in, 5'9" senior forward from Clarksville, Tennessee. I believe those were the only changes. Luby back in for Wilkes. Left side, this is Gilmore, and that jumper well off the mark. Campbell's go back the other way, leading by 29. Pritchett looking inside, not there. Lee out front. Sutton, left side, this is Boyle. Boyle, Deckett, she's cut off. Back out to Sutton, and here's Lee straight away. Right side, ball fake by Pritchett, drives in. 2 defenders there. Sutton. Now Lee, left side, kicks into the corner, 6 to shoot. Boyle back to Lee. Lee works off the Pritchett screen, down the lane, right-hand finger roll, no good. And the rebound is going to go out of play. 1 second on the shot clock here, as they say, last touched by Kyla Taylor. So the Lady Tigers going to have to go quickly.
Look for a little quick hitter here on this double screen down low, maybe opposite post.
Lee looking.
There it is.
Has Luby, and it was knocked away, and that may do it. Nice job by Patterson to get a hand on that. And this will be a shot clock violation. It'll go back to Bethel. 6:46 to play in the basketball game. Campbellsville leads by 29, 70-41 the score. Lauren Lee will check out. Quite an afternoon thus far for Lee as she exits 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for Lee. Gilmore catches, works around 1 defender, now goes to Patterson. They bounce it back out front. Taylor feeds through to Lee, and Sarah Sutton got a sneaker on it, kicked it out of play. Lee 1 rebound off a new career best, as Coach Chris Nelson wants a timeout, or is this the floating media? They should have had one earlier if that's the case. Media, yeah. And I think it was a 32nd timeout taken by Nelson that will become a floating media. We'll step away here. 70-41, Campbellsville leads with 6:27 to play. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Seventy to 41, the Lady Tigers lead Bethel by 29, 6:27 to play. The Tigers and Wildcats coming up here in just a bit at the conclusion of our women's game. Campbellsville University going to move to 16-1 on the season, barring a miracle comeback by Coach Nelson and the Wildcats. Looking over in Columbia, the Blue Raiders going to pull off the upset win. I mean, it's an upset win. Freed's ranked, but Lindsey Wilson's had a really nice start to the year, 12-5. As this shot inside by Lee is good. She's able to beat Luby for 2 points. But, Freed Hardeman coming in 22 in the country. For them to lose in that fashion is a bit surprising, and that'll make them all the more hungry coming here on Saturday, unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't want to go on a road trip, go 0-2.
Campbellsville to work offensively. Sutton has Bertram. Bertram, one dribble, needs help. Sutton, she'll help. 3 on the way. Bang! Shooting, and Edward Jones payout.
Yeah, we all know she can shoot it. Have gun will shoot.
Will shoot. Into the corner, Gilmore. 3 on the way. The answer is off the mark. Long board chased down by Bryant. Hay tries to knock it away, and then it is thrown. Well, it was off Bertram, then hit Hay and went out of bounds.
Little pinball action over there.
30 points the margin. Campbellsville leads. Taylor out front, Gilmore. She also has a gun and will shoot. This one goes in for Kayla Gilmore.
Well, they've hit, I believe that's their 6th three-pointer here this evening. 6 of 21, Campbellsville 7 of 20.
Sutton holds it over her head. Out top, Nally. Bertram, they close in on her. She'll work down the end line and back out top to Nally. Jumper at the elbow for Hay is good. She sinks that one. Campbellsville now with the 75-46 advantage, and we are midway through this fourth quarter. Changes coming for the Lady Tigers, and Sutton knocks one over there to Ivan Pettigo.
Ivan's got some hands.
Ivan able to corral that one.
Yeah.
He had those 4 daughters, and I know Mallory Bailey-Schwinn was a big softball player, so he
probably played a lot of catch.
He got a lot of catch back in the day. Campbellsville here will send changes into the lineup in a moment after the media timeout. 4:56 to play in the basketball game. It's a 29-point lead. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. (75-46). Campbellsville University leads Bethel. Changes for the Lady Tigers. Sutton and Flowers out there. Coach Ginger High Colvin will send Bree Gowdy, 5'5" sophomore guard from Campbellsville, Kentucky, out onto the court. Paige Serafini, 5'11", the sophomore guard from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And Rachel Presley out there, 6'2", the redshirt freshman forward from Somerset, Kentucky. And Presley, if you'll notice, Benji, she's missing a rather large piece of equipment.
She really is, and that's good to see.
There's a video that I'm going to have to get with Derek Port when they told Presley that she didn't have to wear the knee brace. I think she was quite excited here, and a quick move by Lee right at Rachel Presley that time. Presley will pick up the foul. She was the, I be careful how I word this, but to this roster with Presley missing the year with the red shirt as she falls to the ground there. But Presley kind of an afterthought from a post standpoint for Campbellsville, but she was the player of the year in the 13th region 2 years ago. So she's going to be a huge presence for this Lady Tiger team in short order as she works her way back to full strength. Sutton 3 on the way. Bang! That's a pair for Sarah Sutton here today, and Edward Jones out for CU. 78-49. And maybe my favorite thing about Presley is Lee goes at her again here is her personality.
Oh, she is probably the class clown.
Yeah,
she's a class clown on the team.
A funny bird.
So I saw a little bit of that on our trip down south.
78-51, a whistle here away from the basketball. We're going to have a hold called on Aaliyah Lee. And first on Bethel in the period, 3 on Lee. Bree Gowdy to trigger it for Campbellsville. Gowdy looking. Sutton quick release. That is good for Sarah Sutton, and that is nice to see.
It is so nice to see.
That's all the Lady Tigers needs, another weapon.
Oh, well, exactly.
Sutton tried to work way back to full strength. She had that ankle injury early in the season, Benji, and it's just been a work in progress for her to.
Well, you think about the last 2 or 3 years, what she's had to go through. Got COVID and had some long symptoms with that, with some migraines. And then last year, I can't remember what was going on, but I know there's something she had to battle through. And then this year, obviously, so it's good to see her back out there and getting that confidence back.
8 points today for Sutton, I believe. And before I forget, I walked down, I saw Al Hardy and Peggy, and they're celebrating their 67th wedding anniversary.
Today?
I think it is today.
Okay.
And that's Al, of course, the father of athletics director Jim Hardy here, and longtime employee. Was very instrumental in some of the broadcasting stuff, getting up off the ground, especially if you're listening on radio tonight. Al Hardy was a big piece of that. His daughter Pam was my English teacher in high school, and she failed miserably at that, as I did as well. But no, so I love Miss Hardy and my time in her class. But 67 years, I believe, today. And the coolest part of this story is Al said their first date was a CU basketball game.
Well, there you go.
And they figured they'd come back here,
celebrate where it all started
tonight. So pretty cool. There was no 3-point line, I assure you,
I guarantee
when they went on that date many moons ago.
And it may have been a tartan floor here.
I would say that's probably true as well, as Kyla Taylor with a nice little shimmy and a bucket. 80-53 the score. Closing in on 3 minutes to play.
I always hated playing on those types of floors. Really hard on the knees.
You don't see many of those anymore.
No.
Here is Bree Gowdy open. Get in there for the young lady. That is just a bit strong for Bree Gowdy. And back the other way. Bree's got several in attendance from her family on the far side over there. Her dad, Bronson, grandmother, Debbie. I don't see her mom over there. She could be hiding somewhere in the stands. Paige Serafini picks up the foul. Bryant going to hand it off here to Nichols. Here's the jumper for Nichols. That is good. Well, she's hit a couple today. She and Lauren Bryant have been impressive. Kylie Reynolds, excuse me. Right side, Serafini holds it. 80-56 the score. Less than 2.5 to play. Just a matter of settling on the final numbers here. Presley holds it out front. Gowdy, a quick move. She's cut off and wrestled. .2:15 to play. To each their own, but in a 24-point game.
Yeah.
Serafini, quick release off the inbounds play. Presley tries to keep it alive. Nice job in there by Simmons to knock it away. And back to the other end comes Bethel. 3 on the way. That is Bryant again. No good this time. Serafini the rebound. With 2 minutes on the clock, CU back to the offensive end. Gowdy between the circles. Turn around, Sutton going to kick it. That's Nally inside. Presley goes to work, and Rachel Presley gets 2 points. 82-56. Campbellsville will fall short of their season average today by a few. 94.5, one of the nation's top scoring teams. I think they were second entering play today. Here's a jumper for Taylor. That is no good. Ball is knocked around a few times. Gowdy and Simmons on the floor. Bryant, actually that was Nichols that grabbed it. She was trying to throw it out to Bryant. Foul here will go against Maddie Nally. That'll send someone to the free throw line. I believe Nichols. Kayla Mills in, 5'5" sophomore guard from Flatlick, Kentucky, and Paige Evans, 5'3", the sophomore guard from Hodgenville, Kentucky. And we talked about that trip to Puerto Rico and, being around Presley and some of those. I got to tell the story on Kayla Mills. We had some calamari.
Yes, we did.
Right? At at a restaurant.
That and some bread.
Well, you went there. And free throw good there for Nichols. But I guess Kaylin had never tried calamari.
She had not.
And I'm sure that's not on many menus in Flat Lick, Kentucky. Well, I think as the Lady Tigers going to turn it over here, Sarah Feeney was looking for Presley. But I don't think Kaylin finished her bite of calamari. She spit it out and said, it just wasn't chewing right in my mouth. So, I don't know. That's one way to put it.
Well, it really is.
It is a texture thing.
It is a texture thing. And, she wasn't wrong.
It was, I don't think she's a calamari fan. I think Kayla Luby enjoyed it. I think she liked it, but not Kayla Mills' go-to, I don't think. Here, Gowdy through and finds Evans. Jumper on the way for Paige Evans. Too strong. Presley to the rim. Ooh. Just a bit too much on that putback offering for Rachel Presley. 82-59 the score. Taylor back the other way. Kicks it out. And bluffing the shot. Now throwing it down inside is Bryant. She's got Simmons, and Simmons is whacked across the back of the head. 82-59 the score. And Simmons will go to the line. Excuse me. Sarah Feeney's second. So Free did fall.
Yeah,
Lindsey
Lindsey Wilson wound up beating them by 10. So
don't tell me it's going to be one of those years in the Mid-South Conference.
You never know in this conference
where we're headed. You look at that Cumberland University team. I know it's some tough circumstances, but they play really hard.
They do,
and they battled the Lady Tigers this past weekend, made them work. Free throws good for Simmons. 82-61 the score. Campbellsville back the other way. So Ginger High Colvin will move to 17-3 against her pal Chris Nelson. They'll dribble it out here, and the two will exchange pleasantries at midcourt here. And Campbellsville will pick up the win as the buzzer sounds. Campbellsville 16-1 on the year. They are now 3-0 in the Mid-South Conference, and they are the only team on the women's side in the Mid-South Conference that remains unbeaten. For Coach Nelson and company, they fall to 13-5 on the year, and they are 0-2 in Mid-South Conference play as they drop this one to the Lady Tigers. For Campbellsville, back in action on Saturday against Freed Hardeman here. It is a 1 p.m. start time. The Lady Tigers will take on the Lions. And for Bethel, they will head over to Columbia to take on the Blue Raiders, and that will be that's a 2 Eastern start time, 1 Central over in Columbia, as those two will square off here on Saturday as well. The Tigers and Wildcats coming up here in just a moment. Ginger High Colvin will join me and the Lady Tigers here today as we look at the final game numbers. Is that it? Is that the video? Busting out of them. So Derek Bork came over to, it was actually it was a gif of the Forrest Gump when he runs out of the braces. They said that was Rachel Presley when she got the news that she didn't have to wear. That's pretty good. Taking a look here at the final game numbers, some of the team stats here quickly for Campbellsville. 31 of 67 shooting today. They were 46% from the field. 8 of 22 from long range, that's 36%. 12 of 14 at the free throw line, 85.7%. For Bethel today, overall shooting 38.9%, 21 of 54. 7 of 24 from deep, that's 29.2%, and 12 of 16 from the free throw line for the Wildcats, 75%. Matt Payton joined by the head coach, Ginger High Colvin. 16-1 after the win, coach. 3-0 in conference play. That's probably the most important thing. And we could go a lot of different places here. We've talked about Maddie Boyle a lot of late, but I got to talk about Lauren Lee. She's ridiculous, for lack of a better way to put it. She has 3 and 1 trips in the ball game, and one of them down here, poor Haley Cavanis fouled her 3 different times, and somehow Lauren still got the ball up on the rim, got 2 points. But I thought Lauren was really, really, really good today.
I think Lauren's really, really good, good every day. And we talk about this so much. I feel like we take her for granted. So many kids on our team we take for granted because of their stability and because of their dirty work. And when you have your point guard that's willing to do the dirty work, and Lauren she's more than willing. She is looking to score more, which I think just makes our team better. But yeah, we know she's a great defender. She's gotten so much better with that this year. She handles the pressure, and then her finishes, she's strong, and she finishes really, really well, especially with some of those with that contact. I'm really glad seeing her do that.
Maddie Boyle continues to shine, 18 points today, and I was talking to Benji, coach. When she comes out and it's boom, 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 real quick, well, we'll go bang, 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 right? And
right.
She hits those 3 quick threes.
Yeah.
I just feel like offensively and as a team, when you see one of your teammates going like that, you just have a confidence like it's going to be a good day.
And Maddie Boyle's doing that for this season. You know, she's doing that for us. She tweaked her ankle a little bit our last game, and Derek's done a great job getting her revved up and ready to go. But her energy, her defense, her focus, leadership, everything. You know, yeah, Maddie's knocking down big shots, sure. But what she's doing for our team, just watching her progress and watching how much she's grown as a person and as a player. Not that Maddie was a bad person, but just watching these kids come into their own, you know, and be confident. And she gives our team so much. And, you know, you depend on those kids. I don't have to worry when I walk in the locker room, is Maddie Boyle ready to play today? Maddie Boyle's ready to play today. She's ready to practice today. If you played her in Monopoly tonight, you better bring your A game, because she's going to compete with you in anything that she does. And we're fortunate to have her on our team, and fortunate for how well she's playing right now.
She could talk you out of reading Railroad in a heartbeat, though, that's for sure.
You would have to muzzle her if you're going to play the entire Monopoly game with her. There would have to be some sort of word limit. But if you could do that, you could withstand it and do all right.
She'd win by default when you walk away. Again, a great performance from her. And I'll tell you someone else, Coach, that I know you've been waiting to kind of get Sarah Sutton back into a groove. It's been one thing after another for her. And hopefully we're starting to see, you know, we'll say best for last, right? She's coming down the wire on her career. And 8 points, I believe, today is what she finished with. And you see that smooth stroke. That shooter's still in there. Tyler Pritchett, Courtney's brother, sent a message. I love that has gun, will shoot. It's Sarah. And you need her to fire that thing when she's in.
Well, and her shot was just not a fluid thing after she was coming back from her foot. And, of course, when you're out of shape, and she just struggled so much with her foot there for a while. And now, you know, those 2 games, it's Sarah. It's out of her hands before you even realize it. And, man, when it leaves her hands, I think everybody in the gym thinks it's going in. But I want to say this about Sarah. She struggled. Obviously, she has struggled physically for the last 2 years to some extent. That kid's attitude never changes. She is the loudest on the bench. She's yelling the scout out to those kids. She's got the sweetest soul in the world. And she stayed the course. And continues to stay the course. And I'm so proud of her, and we're so blessed, because so many kids would pout, so many kids would want to see fault in others, and that's just not Sarah. It's not her nature.
I sent you a text this week. Courtney Pritchett tied today Lindsey Bird and Madison Faulkner. Madison was here.
She is here. Yeah, she's what is it when you stay at somebody's house? She's squatting. She's squatting at my house this week. This weekend, I guess you could say.
It's a good week, the weather coming in
but,
and stuff. So.
She did squat and my water froze, so I wasn't a very good hostess. But she came and practiced with us yesterday, and it is crazy, amazing how good the kid still is. And she's staying with us and going to go through scout again tomorrow, I think. So love having her back.
She'd love to find another season of eligibility.
If I could slip her in, I would do it.
I tell you what we need to do. We play Lindsay. Let's just put her in uniform on the bench to see what John Weathington
does. Mess up John, right?
He'd lay an egg right there on the floor. But Courtney ties Lindsay and Madison for second most games played. She will tie Mackenzie Lee for first in that category on Saturday. Her longevity, production, all of that for you guys is we are spoiled by Swiss, and
yes, we are.
It's pretty cool, some of the numbers that she's amassed and the things that she's doing here at the tail end of her career.
Again, just a kid we take for granted, a kid that does everything, anything you need her to do, she does it, doesn't complain, does it absolutely as hard as she can possibly do it. And we're so blessed with Courtney Pritchett and what she does for us.
Quick turnaround. Freed comes in. They got picked off tonight, Life in the Mid-South Conference, right? As Lindsey Wilson gets them. It's a long road trip. They go to Columbia, and they fall by 10. I know you'll go back and watch that game, but of course that will make them all the more hungry coming here on Saturday.
Sure, yeah. And, that's Lindsey Wilson's got a group of kids that just play hard. And I know John really likes this group, and they obviously, I don't know anything about the game other than the score, but I know Freed's got a very good club and itching to probably get at us, so we'll be prepared.
Coach, congratulations on this one. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.